Is it the Retros, guys? Is it? For some Hab fans, I'd like to think so. Ha ha ha! That's a quote from The Mask. But here's another one for you. Aye there, matey. Now you know what you have to do. Burn the reverse retros. Burn them all. Okay, that's from The Simpsons. If you didn't get that, and my in-laws watch this, they're going to be like, is Andrew okay? That's from The Simpsons. Little Ralph Wiggum with the leprechaun on his shoulder. Anyway, all right, the Habs lose again to the worst team in the NHL, the Anaheim Ducks, last night. Now, rather than breaking this game down, it's in the afternoon, the day after, and I know that I don't always get my reaction videos out quite as quickly as I used to, but it certainly gives me the freedom to have a life a little bit more, so I appreciate that. But the Habs lose, and some are calling it one of their worst efforts all season, which the first period, from everything I heard, did not look good. I did not get to watch the entire game, you guys, so I'm not going to lie to you. I watched the entire highlight pack and most of the third period live, but obviously it was nice to see Cole Caulfield be Cole Caulfield, and just, his numbers for that contract are just going up by every goal that he scores. But Caulfield gets his 18th and 19th goals of the season. But then, the Habs, again, just aren't able to. I mean, John Klingberg, Trevor Zegras, Troy Terry, those guys had themselves a game for the Ducks. And it was cool to see Ryan Strome, somebody that I got to interview. He's from there. Well, not from Niagara, but he played for the Ice Dogs. Anyway, so I was happy for some of the Ducks players in this game, just, coming off that 7-0 touchdown thrashing from the Leafs. I don't want to talk about Toronto, but I mean, it was just good to see that for their sake, I guess they had to get a W. They were more desperate than the Canadiens were, in my mind. So say what you want about the Retros, though. This Retro has had a W in its record. So I think it was only one. Yes, it was only one. But this Retro has one, so I'm going to stick with it for now. But you know what, guys? That's the question I want to pose to you. It was in the thumbnail there, I believe. And is the honeymoon over this season for the Habs? So what does that mean? Basically, what that means is we're 30 games in, and is it time to just accept the Habs for what they are? And that, I know, means that potentially they're going to tank, and they're not going to tank intentionally. The players will never do that. But what do we want to take from this in terms of how we're going to be able to watch the rest of the season? I think with the Habs injuries still, and you forget that Mike Matheson's not back there on the defensive end, and it is kind of hurting them a little bit. I think you definitely want to have him in there over Chris Weidman, but even then, Weidman's been okay at times. It's just that, I keep forgetting that guys like him are out, and obviously Brendan Gallagher's out, and who else are we missing on forward? Geez, I'm drawing a blank right now. This is bad. But anyways, it'll come to me in a second here. But it's just the fact that we have to make a decision about, is the honeymoon over for the Habs this season? Is it worth? I mean, we're going to watch the games anyway, but how do we take it? And this is another one I want to bring up to you guys too. And I put poop or get off the pot with Slafkovsky. And what does that mean? Well, it means AKA Laval or no Laval. And I think it's getting to that point of the season where you really got to make a decision with this kid. I mean, he gets demoted to the fourth line last night, which fair. I mean, nobody was really playing well in this team for the first part of the game, but we got to make a decision about what to do with him. And it comes down to what's going to be best for him, obviously. I know Adam Nicholas is having his, on ice sessions or what have you, but I just think that at this point, you got to make a decision on whether or not you're going to let him develop the best way possible. Is Laval the best option at this point, just to give him the most ice time and, points potentially? 5 goals, 5 assists, not having himself a bad season so far in the first 30 games for this rookie, but he's still 18 years old. But, goes back to this again. So is the honeymoon over for this season? So should we just, as we approach the new year, come to accept? I mean, a year ago at this point, the season was long over for the Habs. We all knew it was time to tank for who we thought was going to be Shane Wright. It was not, if you didn't remember that. But at this point of the season, I think it's fair to say that we have to just kind of accept whatever happens. We're still going to celebrate the Habs wins. I know I will. When the players play great and they score great goals and they have a good game and they win, it's exciting. It's inspiring. It makes me excited for my videos. So that's how I feel about them anyway. And I give you guys that energy in my videos, and you respond, and it means the world to me. It's the best. It's something I solely appreciate. I hope you guys know that all the time. But when it comes to them losing now, I'm not that upset. I think Kent Hughes and Jeff Gorton genuinely know. I think Hugo knows very well that not getting a top 10 pick in this draft, at least one top 10. And if you look at Sam Cosentino's just article he released the other day, I do trust, some of these guys. They have insight on prospects and the draft. That's what they do. So the first 12 or 13 picks are all forwards or centermen in this upcoming draft. And we know that we still need to get better offensively and continue to build this offensive team that we're trying to. And the Habs are doing a decent job of it so far. We still really only have one line with Caulfield, Suzuki, sorry, Nick, and Doc right now. Christian Dvorak, Josh Anderson, like those guys can provide offense. Do they provide it consistently? Not really. So it's one of those things where we just have to figure out, as Habs fans, how we're going to take the rest of the season. I'm not going to be upset by losses. I'm not going to be upset by wins. I'm just going to be kind of in the middle, I guess. So that's where I'm going to be coming at from it. And, yeah, I hope that made sense. That's where I'm going to be coming from anyway. So I want to let you guys know, or I want you guys to let me know rather in the comments down below. What are your thoughts on, is the Habs honeymoon over for this season? Have they showed us enough good hockey coming off, just that fresh, and take a listen to the Jake Allen quote from last night. He said something I won't repeat, but kind of funny though, what Jake Allen said post game last night about just, the amount of energy that you come out of the beginning of the season with, which this Habs team has. They've overachieved, and that's good news for Habs fans. We've been treated to some entertaining hockey, but now comes the question, is the honeymoon period over? We're about to get to the end of December, going into the new year. Is who this Habs team really is going to start showing? And are we going to, look forward to a high draft pick, which I think we genuinely need desperately, I would say. I think we desperately need it if we're going to have this rebuild go the way it's supposed to and have a chance to contend for a Stanley Cup in the next 3 to 4 years. I don't want to say 3 to 5. I think that's too long, but 3 to 5, let's just say, I guess. And we got to do it the right way. We got to do it the right way. So I want to know your thoughts down in the comments below. I can't wait to hear them. And this was a one taker. It was nice just to get this out there for you guys right away. So let me know what you guys think, and we'll see you. I don't know if I'm going to be doing a post game for Tampa. I do need a break soon. As much as I've been loving the new camera and just growing the channel with you guys, and I do need a bit of a creator break, so to speak. So thank you for being with me and sticking with me, guys, and we'll see you on the next one. Cheers.